where I realized before is where I've been making a mistake is I've been hitting the video thing first and not hitting the
what you mean?
The audio. Like I would start the video before I would start the audio. And
so it was delay?
No, it would just make me nuts. Anyway,
huh?
I got to fix Kyle here. He's a little. There we go. Maybe do it that way.
Can we start after this?
No, we're fine.
God,
it's all fine.
damn,
Everything's fine.
Every time.
Yeah. It's episode 189. We know we're professionals. We're so professional. I'm not even turning on the chat this time because I do not want to see that nonsense.
Was it bad last time when I was there?
No, it was. I just don't like trolls. Like people just being shitty.
I mean, just ignore them. Who cares?
That's why I'm not even turning on the chat.
I mean, we have some good people.
I will turn on the chat.
It'll be just Chris telling me about how he worked out today.
There you go. That's what it is. All right. So GoldenSausage.net podcast, episode 189, September the 19th. We'll say it is close enough.
Sure.
Let's keep it short, gentlemen, because we're starting late. So how's everyone's? We're all live. I think that's the first thing, right? We talk about where
we made it.
We made it. Looks like we made it.
Take that, Irma.
We're looking for you, Maria.
Oh God, yeah. Don't remind me. She's just coming. She's just coming back to South Florida.
Hello, my name is Maria.
Welcome home. I missed you kind of the first time.
What?
She like kind of missed South Florida the first time. Like
what, Irma?
Yeah.
Oh.
It wasn't a direct hit. It was like a. Here's all this rain.
Here's me playing South Florida meteorologist. I kind of guessed it was going in a westward track. I mean, come on, get out of here. Like, all the cones kept shifting over. Like,
no, that was really good because it was going east, way west.
Yeah.
Then they're like cracking back.
I mean, rip Keys, but holy shit,
went right over us here. And
Keys got fucked.
Yeah, the Keys looking rough.
Aren't there like some?
You're not on.
Yeah, unplug and replug. Crack.
Yep, professionals.
There he is. Whoa. Yeah, go for it.
Aren't there like some islands in the Bahamas that are just like not islands now?
Yeah. I mean, they're just like, yeah, there's 90%,
just
95%
like straight up, it's just gone.
Yeah, and then Puerto Rico's about to get hit with Maria. Now it's like back to back.
Fortunately, all my friends in Puerto Rico made it through okay.
Also, it like absorbed like a bunch of like the ocean fronts, like in Kingston and stuff, like you see like the views from the beach, like
the beach expanded.
Yeah, like
it's ridiculous.
Like it just like pulled like the entire like tide back.
Wherever the sandbar was, now the beach erodes all the way that way.
Yeah, I mean,
so like high tide low tide is like ridiculous.
That happened in Tampa Bay. All the water got pulled out of Tampa Bay. So yeah,
Brickell got flooded in South Florida.
It's all just in like retention ponds and like fucking
yeah.
I apologize for sounding kind of gross. I'm getting over being sick.
Much like you must have had what Henry had.
I mean,
I know what he had now.
I think mine was just like stress induced. You know what I mean? Like so not to like be like my dick in the hurricane was more beat up than everybody else's dick contest, but we ran out of power like pretty early, and then like instead of like a normal person and going to somebody's house, like I crashed in my store, like on the floor for like several days. So I think I
don't blame you. AC, internet power.
Yeah, I mean the power went out here too eventually, but
well.
It was just like a neutral place for like my roommates and I to like keep our animals, and my boss was here, and
Shane came up.
Yeah, Shane came up from Tampa because like
everybody left from Tampa.
Yeah, like they were like the projections for Tampa was like it's the apocalypse, like it well, I mean, and your kids die too.
It was a mandatory evacuation. For
you don't remember who I'm talking about?
No.
The fucking meteorologist who was like,
"Oh yeah,
you can't survive it. You can't.
You can't survive it. Your kids will die too."
No, and then like he's like he was done. He was like, "And your kids die too."
I remember.
It gets everybody. It kills all of it. Like
people were praising his meteorologist in South Florida, where he came on the news. He was like, "All right, don't take this hurricane lightly. You know, be prepared, and we'll all stay out here when the power goes off. You know, we'll broadcast radio." Apparently, 99 Jams kept playing hip hop music.
No, really?
And live on the radio, it's like, "What are you doing?
Oh, you're loud. God.
What are you doing? Get off the air with the music. We need it now." And then they switch over like, "Oh yeah, we just received call from 99 Jams. They're switching over." And then you hear, "Fuck it, they're assholes." You hear it in the back. Oh, that was the best clip I think I've seen. Besides all the meteorologists being like, "I'm out in the storm. Can you believe the wind?"
Yeah.
I was like, all right. I mean,
my favorite was like this guy on like Fox News like walks up to the dude and he's like, He's like, so you're out in like the thick of it, sir. Like, what do you? What
Oh,
do
the
you
one
think
that broke it down.
Yeah, and he was
scientifically.
like, well, considering that the storm, like nautically, is like 12 knots this way and heading west by west northeast.
That thing with that guy's a plant. I mean, that's just a like. You know.
I think that was like a legitimate because the guy who was doing an interview was literally like, okay, moving like. Shit, this guy's not scared.
And the pressure's dropping on the barometer.
Yeah, it's like, how the fuck are we supposed to fearmonger with this asshole?
By the way, I taught you.
I'm pretty sure that's B-roll plant. I mean,
Oh,
I wasn't doing the live watch around the clock. I was just like, let me just check every time there's an update on the storm and what's going on here. And then once we got like when we were known that we were going to get hit with it, like I was just like, okay, time to hunker down and keep an eye on this thing.
I mean, the worst I got was just like tree branches slamming on the roof. That's about it. And a shit ton of rain. But I didn't lose power whatsoever.
Nice.
You would have told me you could have slept on my couch.
No, it's cool. You didn't want, dude. I had to bring my cat. That's what I'm saying. Like I was trying not to like.
I got you.
I was trying not to fucking shock him with somebody else's animals, and I was trying not to like put him in around somebody else's home.
That's fair.
You know what I mean? Like I was trying to do is have the least amount of impact. So I just I stayed here.
That's fair. Well, I mean, you could have came over and showered.
I got a couple of hot showers. I got my aunt's real nearby. So
okay, cool.
Because yeah.
Do you have an air mattress or you just slept
first 2 nights was on the floor, and then the third night was on the air mattress.
Cool.
So it was pretty decent. Air mattress is pretty nice. It's a solid.
I lost power for 12 hours.
Ooh.
I got some I got to replace the screens and some roof material.
I mean, that's still nothing to fuck around with. Like,
I'm a bad guy.
How many magic cards to fix this?
I was out of power for like 4 or 5 days. Fucking Clay Electric.
All right. Well, rather than lament everyone with the storm,
no, we're all good.
Yeah,
We lived the fuck out of that shit.
So let's just assume that we all did some obscure gaming, right? Maybe some board games, maybe some mobile stuff. Maybe tiddlywinks out your butthole.
I didn't lose power, so I was playing Destiny.
Wow.
Sorry. Not to be that guy, but I'm actually happy I didn't lose power. Well,
people are like, turn your fucking mic off. That's the wind, bro.
That was a win, bro. Damn.
Hurricane happening.
We had a natural disaster. Trump said it's the biggest he's ever seen, and he's proud of it. Make it political.
Great.
But the way I look at it, we didn't lose power is because I think New Butler. I think we share the power node with it, and
they're just like keep it. Open.
It's like when Donnie turns on the power to the subway.
The best part was like just going around and driving and seeing all the places that were completely like. Did I send you the picture of Kmart that was boarded up like a post-apocalyptic Kmart style?
That was Kmart?
It was Kmart.
I don't know what the fuck you sent me. Like, all right, it's wood.
It's from the future.
Is that what you did? Just drove around, took pictures?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I didn't know what you were doing. And then you're like,
I was looking for a
KFC 26 car deep. Didn't you buy food?
No, I was 26 cars deep. I wasn't going that fucking line.
You know what I did?
What?
I went to Shan's.
Yeah, you told me.
Yeah. I just went to Shan's and I was like, yo, you guys got food? And they were like, yeah, it's over there. I was like, sick. I just went to the cafeteria and got some meat lasagna.
Nice.
And then I turned the corner and there was a Subway that was opening and I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna get Subway too.
Sir, what are you here for? Diabetes?
Well, I was just
keep walking.
I don't know how long the next time I'm gonna see hot food is. So I was like, I'm gonna grab some subs.
Listen, I might die.
Yeah, I was like, yeah.
I need a foot long. I need a foot long right now.
I was like, don't judge me. How many meatballs can you serve me legally?
Let's say the power's off and the camera's not connected to the servers. How many meatballs? The reason
why there's no more meatballs. He's like, give me the whole platter of meatballs, please. Thank you.
The guy behind me was like, you can't have that many meatballs, and I was like,
exactly. See, this is why I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to get into all
we're in a crisis. Don't tell me how many meatballs I can have.
That's why I don't want to get into this, because it was like a whole lot of nightmare scenario stuff of people just hoarding shit they didn't need for no fucking reason.
I didn't do any of that. I got
gas lines.
I got one.
There was gas lines. We're out of gas.
Remember, Joe? I was late to work because I was like, I'm in line at a Chevron. And I've been in line for an hour.
Christy waited in line 2 hours for gas that we didn't fucking need.
What time did you guys all gassed up?
That's what I'm trying to say. She didn't need to get gas.
Okay. No, I'm saying at what time did she go get gas? Like what time?
At the wrong time.
Oh, hey, there we go.
That's what I'm trying to say.
This was 3 days before the storm hit.
I will say this: a day before Irma hit, 11 o'clock at night after the gym.
You can go and get in line.
5-minute wait.
5 minutes. Yeah, exactly. So
Everyone's sleeping. Just go wait in line. That's it. Nobody want to wake up that early to get gas anyway. So
I took Chris to
Got
work. I took Chris to work.
and not that I needed it. I'm
online.
still on fucking the same tank.
Yeah, I just gassed up.
Lucky you guys. I'm on a fresh tank.
Oh yeah, you drive that guzzler.
I love my guzzler.
And don't even bother with 575.
All right. Yeah. So like I said, we're doing the thing where I was like, let's move on to the fucking storm.
Hey man, it was a lot of storms.
All right.
Storm talk.
Go on.
2017.
Storm Talk Live. Boop, 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 boop. Go ahead. You guys advantage on that.
How did Irma blow you?
Oh my god.
It was like slow, but there was eye contact.
There you go. All right. Let's start. So we've determined that Kyle played no games.
The eye
You
contact.
like that?
The eye contact killed me.
Yeah, exactly.
Woo!
Joey didn't find it that funny though. He's just Joey's so like,
I'm like, let's move this along. You want to be quick, but I don't want to do 40 minutes of Irma jokes.
Yeah,
So
that's a good one.
I played a little bit of Destiny 2. Man, that game is Destiny 1, huh?
I think it's better than Destiny 1.
I think it is too, but it's real Destiny 1.
I mean, it's
It's just a little bit better everywhere. They just
I mean, this is not like fucking Tower. Go to that moon, do that quest, and come back.
it is that though.
I mean, kind of, but you're on the planet picking up side quests, doing everything like that.
Yeah.
You don't have. There was no side quest variants in Destiny 1.
But there's no Nickelbot.
I don't care about that.
And like
There
I
was a
like how
Nolan bot after that.
I like how Nathan Fillion's like, hey, Nathan Fillion in a sci-fi setting, right?
yeah, I mean, like that's
No.
he was in the commercials. You knew he was going to be in there.
No, I know, but he's like not even trying. He's just literally just like,
I mean, that's the character. That's the arc that
they got him
doing.
for that during the the Taken King expansion where they just
Yeah.
like they brought him on.
he's like, oh man, I'm stuck in this temporal loop. You gotta touch the thing. Blip. Oh no, I teleported later.
So I mean, like, what's your level there, Al?
14 with power level of 149, 150.
See. Kyle, tell him what you're on there.
How am I higher than you?
Because I actually lost internet connectivity for like 3 days. So I couldn't.
Same as these.
Oh, I don't know. Fuck, you have more time.
I don't know. I'm level 20 and like 221.
Nice. I will say, fuck that mission. In the beginning, is like, hey, go do some Crucible missions. Come back with me.
Oh yeah, I haven't done those.
I was like, all right, cool. You know, I went thinking like, all right, I'll be paired off with people my level. They were all 20. I was level 6.
Well, it's okay. So it'll show what level they are, but it does.
I was about to say everything's supposed to scale to individual people, right?
It does?
Yeah, it'll like they won't have more health than you or anything.
I was getting wrecked left and right.
I mean, have you considered that you suck?
Maybe. A lot.
I'm not trying to be shitty.
I made eye contact.
Nice.
Call back. Too soon. Never mind.
The staying
wait.
power's not there yet.
I know it's not there.
I appreciate the try though.
You're welcome.
No, but like
I dig it. What class did you pick?
Titan.
Same.
So supposedly we're playing the worst class.
Really?
Yeah,
I'm having fun with it.
I am too.
It's Titan, Warlock, and what was the other one?
Hunter. What's your subclass?
The second ground pound slam, whatever that one's called.
I'm sticking Void.
Is that the hammer?
The shield.
Sentinel.
Yeah, the Void class.
Isn't it? It's called Sentinel. The class.
Right, but the damage it does is Void damage.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I prefer Sentinel over whatever this bullshit Donkey Kong slam is. I hate it. Like I really do. But whatever.
What'd you say?
Maybe explain for people who aren't playing what those things mean. Void damage. What is void damage?
The damage. Okay, so,
I know. I'm just saying.
Like, there's like the normal damage in the game is kinetic damage,
Mhm.
and then the side weapons have like fire damage, like electric damage, like void damage. It's basically the rock paper scissors of the game.
Mhm.
So like your class like has like certain abilities, and then you can augment them with your subclass. And so like you can pick what type of like damage your grenades do, and then what type of damage your melee attack does, and then I'm not really sure like how hunters and warlocks work in this game because I actually haven't played one.
I haven't played either.
I watched them like zipping around with like a spear or something. And,
Who
like,
has the claymore?
That's just a weapon. That's a power weapon.
Fuck, I want one.
Yeah, you get them.
Oh, okay. I really want one.
Yeah, they're
Like,
cool. They're really good.
Yeah, I know. I'm
Sorry.
sorry.
Yeah, that was my bad. They're really good.
No, I've seen
like
other people wreck
crazy
face
good.
like with them. I'm like, I
Super
really
good.
want this. I thought it was class designated.
No,
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
no, you get one soon.
Well, whatever the other subclass is for the Titan, the hammer throws,
It's good.
that's the one I want.
It's like it's more offensive, so like
That's what I want.
I don't think that like I think that in like a Nightfall scenario or a strike scenario, not a lot of people are gonna want you for that.
No, I'll definitely switch to Sentinel
Yeah.
after that. I built a pretty good Sentinel Titan. Like
Sentinel just seems like the class that they're
Yeah.
gonna want because it's like
well, I think that's what the side Titan was made for.
because like you just put up barriers and like
That second one is garbage. I hate it.
it's not very good.
I don't see the essence of it. Like, yeah, get up close and personal. You hurl yourself at the enemy, but at the same time, it's like I'm not built to soak up any damage. I'm like,
Yeah, at least with the Sentinel class up, you can hold the left trigger and like pull the shield
right.
up.
That makes
like-
more sense. Like to go up and close person. But the other one's like, I'm open free game. Here, kill me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a fan of it. I went back to Sentinel and
Yeah.
had fun with that one anyway.
That's what I think that one has like the most potential in the long term for
Mm.
the end game at least. What's your favorite weapon type? Like, what are you jamming on that you like feels the best?
In terms of.
Like your kinetic weapon, like
Oh.
what like weapon do you think feels the best? Like auto rifles, scout rifles.
Auto rifles.
Yeah, I like hand cannons.
Nope, don't like them. I've
Really?
never been a pistol fan in any game of FPS. Never.
Not
So
even
I
the,
like-
not even the pistol in Halo 1.
No.
Ooh, the Magnum in Halo 1 is like the
I mean,
top tier.
It's basically a sniper
Maybe
rifle.
the Needler, but it just does a job for me. So
Yeah.
that's why.
So like the hand cannon is like it's like a mid-range sniper rifle. Like you put down if you can like put the crits on them, you like one-shot goblins.
All right.
I've been my power weapon's a sniper rifle.
It's so good. Sniper rifles are incredible.
Fucking dang.
Yeah.
Oh, so good. I actually enjoy scout rifles and full auto.
Yeah.
Those I like
All right.
a lot.
So I mean, like, let's talk about like really briefly before we move on to another game. What makes Destiny 2 better than a Destiny 1?
I hate to sound this shitty. People are playing Destiny 2.
Okay.
Like the biggest draw for it is that there's people like actually playing it. Like Destiny 1, like the popularity was dying down. This one's new, so there's people actually like around doing stuff, like making a community.
Was it that people are at the same level as you are in the same place that you are? Because that people were still playing Destiny 1. They were just they were in the in-game phases and any chances to try to break into that
like
game.
Alf was saying, like they kind of reintegrate like some of the old areas with the in-game content.
Mhm.
So like there'll be like strikes that you'll be doing
Mhm.
that'll be happening in like kind of lower level areas.
Mhm.
So like there'll be times where like, you know, when I was like level 8, like I'd see like a bunch of level 20s just like hanging out. And I'm like, what are these cats
I
doing?
always see 20s. Yeah.
I'm like, what are these cats doing over here? There's no reason for them to be over
Farming.
here. Like, and they're not farming. They're doing a strike.
I thought they were
Um,
farming for
but-
loot.
Yeah. I mean, like that's what the strikes are. Like when it goes like, hey, go over here. There's a thing.
Yeah, I've done them.
They're like the public events.
I got the hero accommodation.
So there's one where there's like a flag like
Mhm.
on the field and you have to go up to it.
You
and be
rally
like,
to it.
I'm rallying to this strike.
yeah.
And then like when it starts, like you know, whatever. So like you actually can like see the community like doing stuff.
Mhm.
I don't think Destiny 2 is like
It's not groundbreaking.
no, like it
It took a formula and it took what it promised in Destiny 1 and delivered.
like it's definitely like even that like I feel like they're not like quite
I kind of Destiny 1. You know me. Like I always thought this is a half-ass game. Like it just wasn't complete to me.
and like I
Even
feel
with
like
all the expansions, didn't still feel complete.
I didn't play any of them, so like I can't
I played a little.
I can't really talk about
I can't speak for all of it like you, yeah, but I played enough to be like, I don't enjoy this. Especially like the MMO aspect of it is like, you get the tower, you get a mission, jump to Planet Titan, do the mission, jump back to the tower, deliver it, done. That's your event. I'm like,
and that's kind of what I feel like I'm doing now though.
I don't know. I feel like
Well, isn't that the gameplay loop of those games? Is get to the point where you're just grinding out better gear and inevitably just grind
well,
out
no,
better
but
gear.
I want to be immersed in the level. I want to be immersed in the world.
Right.
So I feel like when I'm dropped off in Titan and I start doing quests within Titan, it's fine. I don't have to be going back and forth in orbit. I'm in Titan doing the missions. Then I just go
Well, I
see
mean, that-
Cade.
that's
and I go
just
see
my
the-
issue okay, so I like that example
Mhm.
of storytelling. The issue with like how the narrative is delivered to you in this game is all cinematic.
Oh yeah, no, 100%.
So like
100%. Yeah.
that's you don't like actually like experience anything with your character.
Yeah, your guys,
like-
your
like-
guys, the
See,
Zelda.
first off, he's completely silent.
He's
Like,
Link
your-
Freeman.
Yeah, your character is like completely silent.
Mhm.
So like he was in the last game too, but like sucks. You know, like
Yeah.
make him fucking say a word. Like I don't know. Even if you throw out like a yeah, you know, he doesn't. He just kind of sits
But
there
you
and
can
then
make him dance.
your ghost just talks for you. So like you just look
Sure.
like a schlub. And and then like, you know, like these really important characters are talking to each other, and then like it doesn't fucking matter if you're there. You're just like the backbone of the, you know what I mean, like of the combat team. So like I do feel like its narrative is like really lacking, especially because like that was what they were pushing super hard, was that like experience like the storyline, the cinematic, the narrative. Like when I was in GameStop like waiting for the game to come out, like the fucking guys like on the thing would not shut up about how this game's like powerful narrative is delivered to you in a nuanced way that like, and now that I've played it, like I'm like, I mean, is a cinematic nuanced? Like that's
right. But to be fair, you're in a GameStop at a midnight release for a game.
Sure, they gotta sell it. I'm
right.
not,
you know,
I'm not.
The people there are the people who truly care about the game. It's not like, you know, the guy who you see picking it up Thursday. Hey, my friend said this was good.
Right.
That's it. Everyone that plays fucking Destiny is just about the power level and just the PvP crucible. That's all it is. Like, it's the dick pulling contest.
Yeah, I just want to see
every game now.
I want to see that item level get bigger. I just like seeing bigger numbers. Like that's why I like Borderlands. That's why I like Diablo. You know what I mean? This game is cut from the exact same cloth. It's like that argument that you always talking about with Call of Duty. You know what I mean? Like well, you do one more mission, maybe you get that Ingram, maybe you get that unique Ingram, and you get like
at least Chief talked to you. Like talked.
Yeah, like and because like
I feel like none of our characters talked.
Recently, I opened like one that had like a speeder bike in it. So now I'm like fucking jetting around.
I would
and
say
like,
that one's once you get to like the story mission, they give you the sparrow at a certain point. But you can 15? Open one. But you can open one early just by by happenstance.
Oh, okay. I guess I just haven't done the mission that gives it to you yet because I'm like level 20.
That's what I've been told. I you know I have not been.
I think I read 15. You get it. I'm not entirely sure. Whatever.
I've just been doing the missions in order of like the power that they want for the mission.
I do like every other MMO or those type of stories. Like, I'm in this planet, I'm going to do every goddamn strike and side quest before I leave. They already want me to get off Nexus and go to IO.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to IO because I'm still doing everything with Cade and Failsafe. So
I love Failsafe.
I love both of them so much.
So it sounds like you guys are having fun with Destiny too.
This is good.
It's good. It's
good.
It's a game.
I think it's a.
It is a game.
People
it's a game
trying
you
to
can play with your
people
people.
To pick it up. I'm probably not going to pick it up.
I don't think you have the time.
I know I don't. That's why I'm not going to do it. Anything else, guys?
Picked up Metroid. Haven't played it.
You haven't played it.
The one thing I do want to
I
do want to address, work on your fucking servers, please. Those servers are fucking trash. Every time like I've tried to Crucible, it crashes. Every time I get into like a match or a strike with other people, the servers crash. Like I'm fucking sick of it. Like,
did you play the beta?
No.
Okay. Well,
on Xbox or PS4?
Xbox. No. Supposedly PS4 is a million times worse.
So I mean,
have
like,
not been kicked.
There's like shitloads of articles, like people just being like, "We want our money back."
I think that's part of the problem. Is like there's a lot of people who didn't play the beta, so they had pre-order numbers to work on, and then the amount of people who played in the beta, and so when you say, okay, we had this many pre-orders,
the servers are just being stressed.
we had this many pre-orders, and this many people who played on the servers, so. You know, obviously, what percentage of these people are playing? What percentage? You know what I'm saying? And then you go, okay, well, we're just going to run this many servers based on our numbers because we know how many people played, how many people played during the pre-order time, how many people played during the open time, and so this is what we're expecting.
You think they're just like stretched and gassed?
Yeah, and then they just probably sold more copies than they thought, and it always happens on every game in launch day. Madden, everything always happens.
It's like 2 weeks old, so like I'm not like expecting miracles. You know what I mean? Like that's why I'm saying it now. Like. I don't even expect it to get anywhere.
Like,
Bungie's listening to us right now.
This is in the news, so they took the servers down.
I know.
So like, I'll just go ahead and put that since we're talking about it. Like, they took the servers down. They found out like I think a set of Hunter gauntlets had the Kekistani flag on it. And if you don't know what Kekistan is, it's a internet meme country they made up based around the word Kek. And the sad thing is like the flag resembles one of the Nazi flags. And the symbolism is very apparent when you see them side by side. The gauntlets that they made, it's kind of like you could happenstance your way into seeing it. You know what I'm saying? Into doing that kind of design, but it's whoever did it knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
And so like Bungie came out and they're like, hey, we're getting this out of the game. We're taking it out of the game. They're like, you know, we knew what the word Kek meant, and we like thought like, oh, cool, it's a WoW thing, you know, we'll just let it stay in there. And that's all we checked for. We didn't check for the Kekistani flag and then, like, all this other stuff. So once we approved it and it kind of got shuffled to the back and we didn't, you know, no one thought twice about looking at it again.
So that was a design developer that actually just slid that in there.
Right. Well,
some jerk off in Bungie.
right.
slid it up.
Someone there, someone who designed it slid it in there. You know, trying to think like maybe like
Meme
maybe
engine
even
lord.
just saw like looked up Keck memes and got it. Who knows any number of ways, and just like
there could have been no harm meant in that.
Right.
Who could have done this? Second lead designer,
Yeah,
Edgelord 72.
Yeah. So that's kind of one of the reasons they did take the servers down to address that.
Username 4chan Party Van says.
Yeah. So no one. Alf, you said you didn't play Metroid at all?
No, because I had to update. When I picked it up and brought my 3DS, my 3DS was charging because it was dead.
Yeah, I had to resuscitate mine twice too.
I played a shit ton of fucking Kirby's Robo Planet. Because I had never played it. It was fun during the hurricane, but I drained my battery and I just forgot to charge it. Yeah. So when I charged it, that's when I lost the internet and I couldn't update to play Metroid. So I updated now. I should be playing when I get home.
I've been playing. I probably put like game counter when I left the house was like a little over an hour. I've put.
Well, that's credit for you to talk about it. Go for it.
I want to say I've put like 3 hours into it because I restarted after the first 20 minutes.
Why?
Someone was talking to me when I was trying to play it, and I got really distracted. So I was like, I'm just gonna re-roll this for the first 20 minutes.
Gotcha.
So, so I don't crap all over myself trying to get to see if I missed.
Does she Metroid crawl?
Metroid does not crawl from the beginning. You have to get that.
Okay.
I will say this: I'm starting to hit the clip of the game where I'm going every 20 minutes or so and finding another power up or another, whatever. It's definitely started a thing where I read the, like the map. I'm like, oh, I can't go any further here. I was like, oh, this is where I need to come back when I have the fucking ice beam, so that I can freeze guys and jump over this gap. And
is that a bad thing or a good thing to you?
A few minutes later, I get the ice beam. So
okay.
And it just kind of like it just shows the progression.
I literally was waiting for. I played 3 hours and I already hit that mark. Like I was expecting negative Joey already.
I mean, like I will say this: the difficulty is much higher. The parry system, the melee parry system, is an integral part of that game. So I find myself trying to play it like a traditional Metroid, where whereas what you need to do is you need to plant your feet and use the hard aim, and this is the way I find it. I just plant my feet, hard counter, and then hard aim at the bad guys and take them out that way.
Okay,
that's the way that I find that works for me. Like, there's probably some people out there who can just like run, counter, parry, and just start shooting them. So the other thing is, like, you have to hold the left, the L button, the L, to do that hard plant, and then to fire the missiles, you have to hold the R. So you put yourself in a situation where you have to hold L and R and press Y to plant and fire a missile. And there's some abilities that are on the touch screen, like switching between the ice beam, and then like there's the you have the ability to send out a pulse that determines like if there's any breakable blocks, much like the X-ray in Super Metroid. So that's kind of helpful. Okay. I will say, like, the system they use to unlock is you have to get like Metroid DNA to unlock different areas. And then, like, right now I haven't encountered a Metroid boss, but I've encountered the little mini bosses they throw at you to give the DNA, and that's basically just like Mega Man style pattern recognition. Of knowing their pattern and then knowing when to parry them. And
well, that was the Game Boy one too, right? It was the same exact way.
Exactly, so. Yeah. So there, like I
feel bad. Wait. Important fucking question here. You flipped that cover?
Yes, I flipped it. The first thing I did was flip the cover. Yes, I got the.
Joe and I both like, oh, it was good.
It was really nice.
I flipped mine. I opened it. I flipped it.
Right. I was like, good. It is dead on. Chris said he hasn't played Metroid yet. He's been stuck on Monster
You've been
Hunter
stuck
stories.
working out. I get it. Don't worry.
He's on Monster Hunter
I get it. They don't allow no 3DSs at the gym. I get it.
I definitely recommend Metroid. That's a game if you would know if you want it or not. I feel bad because I hope there's not I don't look forward to seeing the death counter at the end, how many times I've died. And I also don't look forward to seeing the amount of time, you know what I'm saying? Like
your first run's always going to be the worst, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I know. I just
don't worry about it.
I always hate that.
Super Metroid, my run was horrible.
Right, it was like 9 hours, and then
9 plus, 13 even, I think.
Then
and I still missed all the items.
Right. The problem is then, like, do you really want to go back and replay it?
Fuck yeah! I don't know how many times I played Super Metroid.
I know. But anyway,
I will play that over again. Yeah, Speaking of which, have you heard of a game called Robot Named Fight?
Yes, I've seen that. Yes, I watched to play on that. It looks really good.
It's fucking Metroid.
Yeah.
Looks good.
Not
Kyle,
to-
I think you should play it.
Not to get away from Metroid Samus Returns, not Return of Samus. Samus Returns. Like the I think the way they keep it 2D and the game is not really 3D, but it's like they move. You know, you can go into the background for elevators and power ups and stuff like that, but like you're not really going in 3D. It's just still a 2D game, but it has a 3D design in space.
Point of view.
That's pretty good. Like I said, the difficulty's there. It's definitely there. I die. Like I said, I just die a lot. It's really embarrassing. Like you're like, and one of the neat things is the health. If you're if you can see the health, it'll come to you. You don't have to like go out for it. So if you like shoot a guy from like across the screen and like you just kind of inch toward the health, it'll just start coming to you. So it's kind of helpful that way.
Interesting.
My dude, I play Dark Souls.
Yeah.
Nobody's worried about how many times you die.
Well, I'm just saying. Well, you're just like well. So when you finally play
play Dark Souls badly,
you'll sit there and like the little ground guys who you're having trouble shooting, they'll come up to you, and because you missed the melee cue, they'll hit you.
Yeah.
And so then you're like trying to shoot them, and they're right under your feet, so you're taking damage.
Oh yeah.
You're taking damage.
Yeah. Usually the downward spiral of fucking up is like how I die in most games.
How's the aiming? Do you have to use the analog, or you have to use the
So everything is on the stick.
Okay.
The D-pad is used for power-ups.
Okay.
So you have
that nub gets not used at all.
The nubs aren't on there, and I haven't found any use for the secondary buttons on the new 3DS.
Interesting.
So the 3D is okay. I like the 3D. You know, I turn it on and look at it and I'm like, oh, that's 3D. You can
Everyone turns it on for 2 seconds. That looks like that's 3D. Turn it back off.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like I have this thing where like I'm not always looking directly at it, so it tries to follow my eyes because I have the new 3DS, and so like it'll like shift back and forth until it finds my eyes again. Yeah, and that drives me nuts. So, other than that, I definitely recommend it. Like like I said, if you want a Metroid game, this is a Metroid game. All right, and it's really good so far. You know, I don't know what else to say about it. The map fills in really nicely. It's really nice to have a map for that game. Yeah. I haven't had a map, and I don't remember. Like that's one of the reasons I never finished Metroid 2 on the Game Boys, and I never had a map, so I had to try to memorize.
Yeah, I remember friends fucking drawing maps and stuff for Metroid 2. And I remember I was like, I can't fucking be bothered.
I had an issue in Nintendo Power with a lot of this stuff in there. So,
yeah.
But yeah, once I get to a boss, I imagine I'm gonna beat my head with it against the screen. So, I'm pretty much I'm stuck in Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle. I'm right at the boss battle, the mid boss battle where you get Rabbid Yoshi. I've heard a lot of people say Rabbid Yoshi is really helpful, but it wants me to grind a little bit. I don't know if I want to go and grind, so I need to grind past battles to get more coins to unlock better weapons so that I can beat the boss.
Joey, I don't know if you hadn't heard. There ain't nothing wrong.
A little bum and grind. It is when you got to play Mario Rabbids,
Nothing wrong.
But
little bum and grind. So Italian XCOM, you're almost over with it.
Basically.
Okay.
Hold on.
Shut up. You can laugh at that.
All right.
Shut up. You like 3-month-old memes.
All right. So, did anyone play anything else?
No.
All right.
Yeah, like
I haven't even booted up Overwatch this entire.
Yeah, like they banned 500,000 people.
It's because they were using aimbots.
Overwatch, no
toxic shit,
toxic like players.
Oh, I saw a thing about
like
that. I'm like,
racism and
I did not put it in the news.
Thanks, PewDiePie.
Like basically,
I didn't put that in the news either.
Why?
Because I knew we'd talk about it anyway.
Oh, okay. I was like, yeah.
I'm at the point now where I think like,
oh, we're doing news. All right, news.
All right, hold on. Let me just read what Chris said. The C-stick doesn't get used a whole lot, so I agree. It doesn't. Then I said, kid, Chris. Go. All right, so let's go to the news. So the
we had to get a fucking button that goes, fuck it, we'll do it live every time the news hits.
So do you guys want to talk about the PewDiePie thing like for real, or like in deep, or like I don't think there's a whole lot to say. I mean, like
we could get our point of views.
I think that he's
pretty cut and fucking
he
dry.
is well within his rights to say the stupid fucking racist things that he has to say, but then he should also absolutely have to deal with the consequences, i.e. Firewatch taking down all of his content, Disney canceling his deals, YouTube Red canceling their deals with him, and he should
they did some of that stuff was so let's divide that up for people who aren't following it. So PewDiePie playing PUBG, Players Unknown's Battleground, live on stream, gets shot by a guy, calls the guy the N-word.
Hard R.
Yeah.
Hard R.
And then like says, oh, I mean, that guy's an asshole.
Yeah, well, he did this.
No, but then literally like immediately exchanged the definition of the word that he used with negative connotation again. Like he didn't go like, like
he said, "I'm sorry, but the guy's an asshole." He said it like that.
Right, I know, but that's what I'm saying.
No, I'm not defending him. I'm saying that's the way he worded it.
What I'm saying is like when you're trying to redact, oh, I dropped the N-bomb. Don't go. What I meant to say is that guy's an asshole.
So there's a negative connotation already with the word,
right? But
that you just basically solidified that you meant to use it.
Yeah,
right. So the point is like,
now I hate the whole argument. It was a heated gaming moment.
I mean,
fuck off. I never.
It's fine.
I don't call people drop hard R's to people like that.
So, and like,
how about this? It came off way too comfortable for the guy.
Right. So
way too comfortable.
That's kind of one of the things like we can talk about a little bit here, is especially having this podcast.
The context.
Especially having this podcast. There's a lot of times we've
edited by mistake.
We've said some dumb shit, and like like sometimes that's one of the things.
See, I do it by joking. I was like.
Right, but that's
dumb.
the thing.
Like,
that's the thing, though.
I never call you out of angst or out of anger.
But that's the thing, is like a joke between us. You know what I'm saying? Is a joke between us. But the problem is once you get comfortable with it and you let it slip out, and then
I'm saying I'm in the wrong too. Yeah.
Right. What I'm saying is that's why you kind of want to like stray away from using those kind of jokes and those kind of terms, because even like in a jokingly manner between friends, it's not really.
So like I agree with that, and this kind of falls back to, remember a long time ago when like I was defending the Penny Arcade sketch,
sure,
and you were like, they have a brand,
right? And
like it's one of those things where like when the brand recognition gets so big that eventually you have to like literally in almost every public position of your life be aware of your brand.
Exactly. Yeah.
Then that's what it's become, and like PewDiePie at this point. 60 million subscribers?
50, close. 58, around there.
Like, bro.
How about this? The way I look at it, YouTubers are influencers, and half their they won't admit it, but half their fucking demographic are kids. Kids.
If you go
that easy by dropping the hard R, that kid's gonna be like, I could do that too.
Yeah.
And that's what happens. You're passing off another generation. At least in his apology video, he admits it. I'm an influencer. I should know better. I have to learn from mistakes, and I'm not learning. Like, his apology video was sincere. It wasn't monetized. It wasn't monetized. It was like a minute and a half, straight up like, I fucked up.
Okay. So all right. So
I will give him credit on that.
Let's go a couple more. Finish talking about what anyone has to say about this, then we can talk about the consequences.
Sure. Go ahead.
So do you guys have anything else you want to say about?
My issue with the dude is like.
Do you even like him?
No, I don't. So I choose to ignore him. Like I actually like have never really watched more than like probably 5 minutes of one of his videos.
I enjoy his content half and half.
I have a close friend who is an avid watcher, and so there are times where like I'll be linked to things that he thinks are particularly funny, and then I'll watch it and go, "You're right, this is funny."
Yeah, sure.
Like. Because like even a broke clock is right.
Yeah, you don't get that many subscribers by accident.
Sure, yeah. Like I'm sure the dude has his moments where he's a really funny guy.
Yeah, but you can't nail out of the park every goddamn video. I get it.
And that's
the way I look at him.
And like that's also how I now it's kind of how I feel about Grumps and everything too. You know what I mean? Like I just kind of have to like catch them when they're good. So I don't really have anything productive to say about PewDiePie in the first place, like other than like he kind of like set like this like framework for what it means to be like a successful streamer.
Okay.
So like that's the problem. You know what I mean? Like he's the spearhead like when it comes to like,
well, he's the face and voice.
Well, he wasn't even a streamer. He wasn't doing live. He was doing edited, curated content.
Sure.
And so like it makes, especially when you're doing curated content, it makes it so much easier if you make a mistake like that.
And like even in videos that he had control over the editing, like he's had like some of this like racism
exactly
that could have just as easily been edited out,
Or
still
not even
spill,
done.
just
Just not
still
even do it.
spill out into the public.
Exactly. Just like, oh, I probably shouldn't make this joke. It doesn't play.
Like he's been seen wearing like some questionable garments.
Sure.
Like I want to say like I've seen him in an SS uniform and also in like a KKK uniform, but like jokingly or whatever. I don't know how you pass that off as a joke.
Chris said he'd watch Markiplier before he watched PewDiePie.
Same. Like but yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, Mark as of late, his content is like, ugh.
Okay.
But anyway.
But like, have you noticed how like those like two in particular like stopped defending him too?
Right.
Like Mark and Jack were both like the first time with like the anti-Semitism.
The first time you're like, okay, trying to be funny, trying to be edgy, make a joke, doesn't land.
Wall Street blew it out. Wall Street Journal, sorry, blew it out of proportion. They took it out of context. I get it. You
kind of want to go to bat for your friend and say, hey, look, this is a guy. I know him in person.
Well,
Yeah,
Ethan from H3H3, like defended him, had articles, had rebuttals, everything like that. Podcast soon after goes, I defended this guy. I cannot defend you, Pewds. I can't. Felix,
I mean, that's the thing. You did it again.
He admitted it. Like you fucked up, and you kind of fucked it up for all of us.
Yeah.
Right.
And they're coming out of an apocalypse thing.
So let's talk about this then. So in reaction to this, Campos Santos, which is the people of Firewatch, they are doing a DMCA claim on all of PewDiePie's videos of him playing their game Firewatch.
In retaliation, he just deleted them.
Right. So here's the issue. And
fine, that's what they wanted.
Yeah.
Right, but here's the issue.
Can you file a DCMCA even though their Steam page said go ahead?
Here is how it works.
You need an attorney.
You won't need an attorney for all this, but we've gotten DMCA claims before, right? And even on this podcast, and we try to have a critical view of games, a critical voice, making this content our own, so as to
well, it's commentary,
right? But what is our commentary about? Is it to be funny? Because being funny isn't being critical, right? I do feel that we try to be very critical of games.
We do.
And we joke and we laugh around and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, we are trying to be critical of games. We're offering our opinion on whether they're good, they're bad, where they add to the art, where do they add to humanity, what do they add to all these number of other things we can talk about how if we went to if we went to court for it, how we could try to argue that we are making a critical view on these games.
Sure.
Now, let's say we're sitting down and just playing PlayerUnknown's Battleground, right? In the instance of us playing, how much of what we're saying about the game is coming from a critical perspective, or in how much is us just cutting up and having fun and making our own content while using the game as a vehicle to make the content. So that's where the problem lies, is because in that is not a protected use of under fair use. So
yeah, it has to be like parody or review or
or it has to be transformative to such a point where a person can no longer mistake the original property for your property. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people, the best example I heard about this is like Andy Warhol and Campbell's Soup. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Instantly, you look at Andy Warhol's painting, you're like, that's a Campbell's Soup can. But how much work do you have to do to transform that from being Campbell's Soup to being Andy Warhol's painting of Campbell's Soup? You know what I'm saying?
I could get that.
So,
I dig that.
So, that's the thing is, what point do you separate the art and the artist and, the original content there? And so,
but does Campos Santos have a leg to stand on right now, like a defense?
So
because Pewds was like, "I'll win."
Right. Well, he
just said it like that. I'll win.
His argument is that yes, they said on their Steam page, you can stream this, you can play this, because guess what? PewDiePie playing Firewatch sells more copies of Firewatch and advertises for Firewatch.
Yeah.
And there's nothing that Firewatch can do, as far as that they will get that many eyes on their stuff for as low a cost as giving a copy of PewDiePie. $10. How many viewers? Let's pretend he has 1 million. I know he has more than that. 13 million, I think, right?
Some shit like that. I don't know.
You get 13 million people watching a commercial for your game for $15. You know what I'm saying? To give him a copy, or he probably bought the copy. You know what I'm saying? You can't ask for more than that.
Yeah.
So that's where the thing is, and it's even with Nintendo when they copyright claim me, I'm like, we're talking good about Legend of Zelda. Why are you copyright claiming us? We're trying to help you sell copies of the game.
They
you
are
know?
really protective of their
Right,
IP.
but
It
that's,
doesn't really matter at that
but-
point.
So that's what I'm trying to say is like, you know, so that the problem is with Campos Santos doing that is where do you start drawing the line? And if PewDiePie takes them to court, then a precedent has to be set of where the line falls.
Well, it would be historical. If they
Right,
go.
it would start.
But now they won't because in an email exchange, this is all like
Yeah.
verbatim from PewDiePie. Like, we emailed with Vaughn and blah, blah, like, hey, I'll demonetize all the videos. Don't worry about it. You're not going to make money. He still struck them with the copyright strike. He's like, fuck this. Click, 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 and deleted them. He's like, now they don't exist. There you go. That's what you wanted. They're gone.
Sure.
But he goes, I would win in court, but I don't even want to deal with this. So he deleted them. So I don't know if he's like being too cocky or if he afraid. Like, man, this could happen.
All right.
I don't think he wanted all eyes of YouTube on him. Like the society, like
Well, because he's trying to rebuild his brand.
yeah, Jack, Mark, fucking
Right.
Total Biscuit. Jim Sterling was against him. He's
Yeah,
like,
of course. Jim Sterling always looking for a fight. All right, so
Boogie was like, "Fuck this,
Chris asked, "What do you think about the H3HC hypocrisy of PewDiePie using the N word?"
What hypocrisy?
Okay, what hypocrisy?
Sorry, I don't know.
Okay,
That he doesn't want to defend him.
I don't know.
He said on the podcast, Ethan was like, "I can't defend you. You dropped a hard R." He said it. He goes. Eli was right next to him. He's like, he was really comfortable saying that word, like too comfortable. It kind of creeped me out.
Like I said, it's definitely an item where, like I said, we you know, we have a vested interest in being able to stream and play games and to talk about them critically. And you know, I definitely feel like that medium is not one that's going to die.
But when you
easily,
get get the light shine on the negative concept of that,
right
now we get fucked. And that's why I see all the other YouTubers and artists be like, "You kind of fucked it for us." So I kind of.
Okay, so he said H3HC had iDubbbz on his podcast, and iDubbbz has a meme where he goes,
"Yes, how to use the N word,"
and then Ethan used it over and over.
I guess because he was just interrogating and interviewing iDubbbz,
right? But then he said it over and over again. You know, maybe that's kind of the little things we're talking about. Like,
well, he's speaking in context of to why iDubbbz did that, so you have to. PewDiePie spoke out of anger, out of rage. So I think that I don't think it's hypocrisy. It's more like he was in a situation that had to be talked about. iDubbbz is really affirmative, like I can say this word, fuck it.
No.
That's why I don't follow that guy. It's like, all right, you're too fucking comfortable. Sorry.
Okay.
So,
alrighty. All right. So
it's an interesting situation.
So let's you know, we'll obviously keep an eye on that.
Yeah.
You know, everyone's going to. It's going to be the top news thing forever for a while.
Pretty much.
Well, not forever, but you know, next like everyone's now going to watch PewDiePie just to watch him crash and burn. Let's go through some news
My
here.
roommate wrote like something like PewDiePie, the how to stay relevant on YouTube guide 101. Like
It is fucking
when in
true.
doubt, saying the N-word.
Yeah.
And I don't mean Nazis. Have you tried Nazis? All right. So there's a good article on GameIndustry.biz. So good that I forwarded it to one of my friends who's a professor who teaches digital arts. It's about How Suikoden Changed My Life by Warren Spector.
Ooh.
So he talks about it's from their guest column called Why I Love. They interview people from within the games industry, and they talk about why they love certain video games and so on and so forth. Warren Spector writes his on Suikoden, the very first one. Coming out, basically his opening line is, "I don't like JRPGs." And then he talks on why he loves Suikoden. So I won't ruin the article.
Broad strokes.
I won't ruin the article for you, but there is a lot to say there about like the importance of game design and the how Suikoden gets it right and how it speaks to this game designer like Warren Spector. So I definitely enjoyed it, and you know,
You are good game designer. You play Sonic 06.
you know, like it's definitely like an interesting read, especially if you played the game and you have some kind of love for it. So it's good to know you're not alone in something like that. What else I got in here? There's another article from Beyond Gaming. They wrote a pretty interesting article. It's titled, "Is it time that we start referring to his loot boxes as gambling?" And it's a really interesting synopsis about like how, you know,
that needed to be approached. I thought that was the concept of it.
Right. Well.
I mean, like I think the issue there is that like gambling has to have an end game of monetary value.
Right.
So like, if the loot boxes are not like, if it's like, if what you attain out of the loot boxes is quote unquote soul bound, then no, I would not say it's gambling.
Right, but you could very easily, like, I'm going to make a new account on Battle.net and download Overwatch, and I buy 5 loot boxes.
There are.
Well, that's an addiction problem at
I was
that
like,
point.
No. I buy 5 loot boxes, and then I got the rare skin or whatever,
And then do what with it?
Sell the account.
I mean, there are processes in play to keep you from doing that.
I can just sell the whole account.
Right, but
But
Blizzard. I was.
That's not my problem. That's the dude who buys it.
I was once banned from Blizzard for selling a World of Warcraft account.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, like, and then you have the CS:GO skins. You have,
That's more gambling.
That's what. Yes,
Yeah,
because
that's
like
a lot of
those
gambling.
are not soulbound. So like those you can like kind of filter through the public.
That's
and whatever.
right. But I mean, like, even in your own mind, if you can't sell it, like if you're hitting
Absolutely.
if you're pounding on the
gambling.
gamble button to get that skin or get
It
that
scratches the itch.
Yeah.
100%.
I only buy loot crates for special editions, and that's it.
right, but that's
earned them.
different. That's different. Are
You guys buy Herf
I mean,
packs,
I mean,
Hearthstone
like
packs.
you're like able to control your addiction.
Yeah, because I know I suck at gambling.
right?
But
I
that's,
mean,
but that's what I'm saying. Well, that's what, and then like this is also the truest sense of gambling where you have no control over it.
I guess.
At least like when you're playing a card game, like you have some control over the statistics.
yeah.
Like, you're playing blackjack, like you have an input.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You affect the outcome. Whereas like opening a loot box is completely random,
Yep.
100%. That's unequivocally gambling.
And you don't have a huge Italian be like, with my money.
All right. Well, let's talk about a different form of DLC. You guys, especially since Kyle brought up World of Warcraft, you may now adopt Shadow of the Fox to help support disaster relief efforts. $10 will get you a charity pet. Now, between December 31st, 100% of the $10 U.S. adoption fee will go towards the American Red Cross Disaster Relief and the National Federation of Red Cross and Red Crescent Society's Disaster Relief.
I hear a lot of people don't donate to Red Cross.
Red Cross is...
I mean, you maybe have more eyesight in this because I don't.
Let me put it this way. Red Cross is having some problems where their administrative costs are very high, and the amount of money that gets raised doesn't filter what people feel is an appropriate amount into the areas that are affected that the money was raised for. Does that sound like the most politically correct way to say that? Like,
I don't know if you didn't want Red Cross on your ass, okay, but thank you for breaking it down for me.
yeah.
Basically, like you give them $100 and like 72% of it.
No, like remember they got all this for the disaster relief in Haiti. They built like 6 houses, and you're like, what the fuck? You built 6 houses?
There's only 6 people here.
So
Have you seen this place? Everyone's dead.
so yeah, so that
Why do they keep rebuilding? It's crazy.
I will say this, like, if you're hesitant about donating to Red Cross, there's plenty of other relief efforts you can donate to.
You also
like do the.
You also get Shadow of the Fox, so fuck off.
I mean, when Harvey got it, when Harvey hit Texas, he got the good games done quick.
Yeah,
That was good.
Man, they slapped that shit together real quick.
That was good.
That went to the Houston
Food
bank. So I mean, then they're buying food and stuff like that.
Yeah, so that's that's something really cool.
So that's Nintendo news. We'll come back to that. That's Nintendo. You guys see the Okami HD collection got an official release date.
Woo.
12/12. Another.
That was a remaster I was talking about. There's another one.
We got another one, boys.
Jesus.
A remaster of a remaster coming this year to Xbox One, PS4, and PC.
What was the remaster I was talking about earlier? And I forgot.
12/12. I don't remember.
Oh fuck.
Ico.
No.
That's something else.
Oh,
Dragon's Crown remaster.
Why would you remaster that game?
Shinier titties.
I guess. All right.
Oops.
PlayerUnknown's Battleground.
Man, you seen titties at fucking 4K?
PlayerUnknown's Battleground surpassed Dota 2 as the highest concurrent players record on Steam.
Okay. Congrats, PUBG.
The popularity spike is real, and then
That it's hitting that tone where it's just a new game. Once a new game comes out, bye. That's it. Like everyone's gonna jump off PUBG.
Chris jumped in and said, he says it's gambling. It depends on the game. CS has crates that you can buy, and it's random luck of the draw. Then you could resell the items from the crates. It makes people buy more, so in a way, trying to hit a jackpot. That way, they can resell more and make more money. Sounds like slavery with more steps.
Good lord.
That's a Rick and Morty joke.
Oh, eek Barbadurkle. Someone's gonna get laid in college.
Cliff Brzezinski said, "Yeah, Lawbreaker sucks. I'm working on it."
Does it? I was actually intrigued to play
Lawbreaker
it.
sucks.
I was really intrigued to play it. I don't want to pay for it.
The
But I was
player count
intrigued.
dropped real low.
Hit the soundbite for Jay Sherman, please.
It stinks.
All right, Kyle, your favorite game is getting that Metacritic 77 right now.
Which is
Crap, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Scroll down.
why is that? It's not even close to it. Fucking game looks like such hot garbage.
They fixed Chun-Li's face though.
Remember, like I bitched about it like 3 weeks ago.
Well, it's out tomorrow, so get ready to hear everybody talking about it. It's sitting in the 70s. There's some people, putting it up there in the.
It doesn't deserve a story
I'm just
mode.
not gonna buy it.
Yeah,
I'm actually gonna show.
I'm
them
not
this
thrilled
time.
with the roster anyway. Who gives a
It
shit?
doesn't matter. They're all the same character.
Hey, I'm gonna get it tomorrow, and then we'll trade it in real quick. How much you give me this? Oh, you lose $15. Fuck. Really?
They're really banking on the idea of selling so many collector's editions. Because word on the street is there's like 20 of them at our local Best Buy right now.
Oh man!
And none of them are pre-ordered apparently.
All right, let me get that Infinity Gauntlet.
Oh, that's the best one.
It's not a gauntlet. It's the stones.
It's just in the box.
It's
All
in the
right.
box.
All right, here.
You didn't have the gauntlet?
No, you got 4 statues and then 4 stones that
Buy
glow.
leather work gloves with super glue. You'll be fine. All right. So, also out tomorrow, sitting in the 80s almost on Metacritic.
Don't use Metacritic.
Yeah,
Don't be
no.
that fool. I'm not. No, I do not condone using Metacritic. Fuck that.
Hey.
No. Are you getting paid for Metacritic right now?
Yes.
Liar.
Well, then.
Oh, okay. Well,
you're gonna let us.
Metacritic's our brand of choice.
Do your headphones work?
It's our brand.
There you go.
It's our brand of choice. We only play 75 and up.
So right now, I mean, just joking with it. It's a Pokken Tournament DX is also out.
When is it? That comes out when?
Today, tonight, tomorrow,
Oh.
depending on how you look at it.
Huh,
So go get your Switch game on, son.
okay, I might buy that.
All right.
It was fun. I want a Switch game. Leave me alone.
Two things. EA may be moving to a streaming only situation.
What do you mean?
Like stream your games. Like
Oh.
They're gonna be like Origins. Gone.
There you go.
Thank God.
Origins real bad.
So two things with Xbox. One, the game Fortnite, right?
Oh yeah, I read about that.
So
Go for it.
the
It was a glitch.
somehow they accidentally let PS4 players and Xbox One players play together on the same servers, and everything in the world didn't end. And then people were like, "Oh shit, fix it!" And they're like, "Oh, it was a glitch. Our bad." And then Xbox's Phil Spencer's like, "I would like them to leave it on."
Fucking told you.
So
I told you it was just a flick of a switch.
Fucking
That's
literally
it.
like
It's just a switch. But Sony's like this. Duct tape that switch. Duct tape it.
yeah.
turn the breaker off for that one switch.
Sony really
But then we
doesn't-
don't. If we turn that breaker off, then we don't have power to the bathroom on the 3rd floor.
Yeah.
It's like we'll use the 4th floor bathroom.
use the Gatorade
Yeah.
cup.
So
The
I think
fucking stairwell is the same breaker. I gotta go up a flight of stairs with no
Yeah.
lights. Are you?
Do you want to get fired? Because that's how you get fired.
I just think it's funny because it's on
I'm gonna
Fortnite.
file an HR complaint. I'm just saying.
I fired him too.
I definitely think it's,
I'm fired.
I think it's funny that it's just like it's just literally like, oh yeah, we'll fix it. Click.
It's fixed now. Okay, bye.
This keyboard's clack, 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 clack. That's
He's
it.
not
Done.
even clicking. He's just clacking and just like.
That's like, hey, are you gonna fix it? Yeah, hold on. All right, done.
Yeah. All right. So.
I did it.
Okay.
There's another thing. So the other Xbox piece is that I don't have any Sony pieces, but no one cares.
I care. I love Sony.
Right back up Xbox.
Sony came on and said,
boy.
"Damn you, Fortnite, for turning on crossplay."
We never gave you permission to turn on crossplay, Xbox.
So the Sony is just Dr. Claw.
I'll get you next time,
Uh,
Xbox.
I do have a thing. So you remember there was the fake Twitter account, CEO Kaz Hirai?
No.
Oh, so there's a fake Kaz Hirai was the CEO for Sony for a little while.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
Okay,
Oh,
so the
yeah.
guy he had
yes,
the parody account. He had a parody account.
Yeah.
So the guy came out and announced. He didn't announce his true identity or anything, but he said that he's only going to do it through E3 next year, and after that he's going to retire the account.
Mm.
So There's your PlayStation news.
So get your lols and your keks on.
The other Xbox news is the Xbox forums lit up because Obsidian said that if the right company came along with an offer to buy them out, they would 100% be open to it. And so everyone was like, "Do it!" And everyone just like started tagging every Xbox person. Do it, Phil Spencer.
So like what? Like
do it, Eric.
Like 100 million? Like
yeah,
like what are we talking about? Okay.
So I mean, Sony could also buy them. That would also be a thing.
Sony ain't got the balls to buy Obsidian.
All right, so let me give you all this. Well, I got this humble stuff. Humble finally broke 100 million in charity.
Yay!
So that's impressive. They're doing that by running things like the Honey Sakura sale running for the next 16 hours.
Oh, you get that honey pop in the Sakura
It's all
spirits.
It's all Kyle.
I would just say just go ahead and beat that $10 average.
4K titties.
Honey Pop's only $7.19.
Titties in space.
Honeycam Studio is only $1, so 2 good games under $10. I would just
Honeycam is not a good game.
Honeycam is garbage.
I like Honeycam. That's
You
my
do
kind of
not.
game.
You've never played it.
I played Game Development Tycoon. They're all the
I
same.
watched it.
Pretty similar, actually.
They're all the same. All right. So they're also doing it by running other games such as the Capcom X Sega X Atlas bundle.
Wasn't Psychonauts free?
Yeah, Psychonauts is free on the Humble store. I definitely recommend you get this in this Capcom one because you get Sonic Adventure 2 for $1, Resident Evil 4 for $6.88,
I'm sorry, I hate Sonic.
and then DMC 4 for $12. So you can probably just get in on that $6, $7 thing.
Resident Evil 4 is the only highlight of that. What you mentioned?
Original Dead Rising.
I don't care for Dead Rising. You're asking the wrong guy.
Wife Arm Bionic Commando.
What?
Bionic Commando.
Oh God, no! Fuck that. That game is weird. My wife's my arm.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What? What?
All right. Okay. All right. Let's do the Nintendo stuff and we can get up out of here. Nintendo.
Can we just throw it out there? The big one.
Which one do you consider the big one?
Out
I'll open with that. So, Nintendo had
of fucking nowhere.
Nintendo Direct, and out of there they announced Doom is coming to the Switch. And they also announced Wolfenstein 2 is coming to the
Yeah, and they just showed Nazi flags. Like, yep, Wolfenstein, there it is, Nintendo, you got it. But they won't show any gore kills on Doom. I was like, what?
Yeah, so a little bit of info's come out, and Bethesda said that Doom on the Switch is not a 1-to-1 game for the graphics that it is on the higher end consoles.
No, but it's Doom on the go.
But it's still Doom, and it's still
on the go.
Exactly.
That's fucking awesome.
So I'll buy that again.
Yeah, I will.
The other
I won't play Wolfenstein on it though.
Yeah. So the other things they announced.
Nah, I'm gonna need to put that on.
They announced Mario Party 100. They announced the red Joy-Cons for the Mario Party or Mario Odyssey bundle.
I have to be in that board meeting for Mario Party. I was like, Mario Party 10 didn't sell so well. What are we doing wrong?
100 games, 100 Mario games.
Get them off the train. Just mini games.
Just do the mini games. People like mini game collections.
Show his nipples.
No belly button though.
No chest hair.
No chest hair. No back hair.
What about that tattoo for the 90s?
Someone said that if you cover
It's
up,
off.
I saw someone say if you cover up his face, he looks like a toddler running. Oh yeah, Chris said we forgot about the LA Noire remaster.
We didn't forget it.
We
Don't
didn't
worry.
forget it.
Oh no. The other Nintendo news is that like someone dug around in the Switch system and found the NES copy of Golf. So that's
Congrats to that one asshole that said, I did it. I
Uh,
broke on the internet. I'm done.
so we'll do it this way. The Nintendo Switch, your #1 selling console for the month of August, beating out the PS4 and the Xbox One.
Can't get your hands on one.
The consoles that have been
Wait.
around for 7 years.
Wait for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Then it's going to be a Nintendo still.
Slightly behind the SNES Classic, and then
All right,
and then another month slightly behind the Xbox
All
One
right,
X.
so that's what I'm considering the real news here is that Business Wire has spoken with Nintendo and said that Nintendo sat down with Reggie Fils-Aimé and they said that they are shipping more units of the Super Nintendo Entertainment System Classic Edition in the initial shipment than they shipped for the original NES Classic the entire year last year. So your opening shipment is already more. And they said, in addition to that, they're going to subsequent units throughout the year.
Was it in the UK only confirmed? The
No,
NES?
this is
No, they're saying the SNES is going to have as many as the NES did the entire year
I read that, but I heard the NES was only confirmed for the UK.
for reshipments.
Yeah, I didn't read anything
No,
about
so
the US. Is it
I
US?
saw
as well?
no, they said it as well as you. No.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's international. It's not just.
So
Okay.
the second piece of the news is that in 2018 they're going to bring back the NES Classic.
Yeah.
So there
That's
you
what
go.
I read.
There you go.
Come get some.
So there you go. I think that I think that's a good compromise. Like they're on alternating years. You know, it's the same one over and over again. You know,
You think we get an N64?
I'm gonna
they've already patented it, so they're.
I'm gonna say, suck it, Chris. You can't sell them all.
No, I'm sure Chris.
I'm
will be
just
fine.
jabbing left
I'm
and
sure,
right.
I'm sure Chris is fine.
He's not even here to get in.
I know it's the best.
Yeah, I have to read it. Thanks. All right.
I love you, Chris.
It's feeding the trolls.
Yeah.
All right. So
Chris, come on up next week and we'll put you opposite of Alf and we'll have some fucking hard
Oh
talk.
man.
Yeah, we'll bench press each other. Don't worry about it.
Bench press me.
Ooh,
Chris
I'm
says-
out.
Chris says they're not going to meet the demand. So.
See, that's it. That's his mentality.
I'm buying them all.
All right. All right. So I'm definitely excited that more people get them in the hands because, like, I have a lot
That's
of
just-
friends I grew
yeah,
up with
just
who
we
like
need it.
message me
More
and
of
they're
us-
like, "Oh, I'm so jealous you got a NES," and I'm like, "I'm not gonna lie to you, I got my ass up out of bed."
You think they'll
waited
be
in line, you know?
you think the SNESes will be hackable? I think they
I
circumvent it
don't
and be
know.
like, "There's only memory for 30 games." That is it.
Like, we talked about that. They just put a bunch of DVDs of the Super Mario
That's
Bros. Show or something in there.
Man,
It's just Lou Albano. Hey, here, it's a gift. It's
It's just one really big one. Something, from side to side. Yeah, that would be
Come
great.
on, everybody, let's go do the Mario.
It's just
Mario, what am I doing?
Luigi.
Where's
Chris-
Magic Johnson in the medicine cabinet?
Oh, the Ghostbusters are here.
Oh snap!
Ernie Hudson was on an episode.
All right, he was. All right, Alf, did you get your Metroid amiibo?
Yes.
I
Remind
like
me.
my linguine with the pasta fazool.
Remind me to show you this stand before we get out of here.
It's his dick. Don't ask him.
All right.
What, the stand
I just fucking
that you put
spoiled.
both amiibos on the side
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
3DS? Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
follow the guys on IG that make the stands.
Yeah,
They make stands for everything.
Yeah.
It's really good. Like, I want to buy a Zelda one. It's actually really well done.
Yeah. All right. So I know we talked a lot about Hurricane Irma, and I try to leave my dust alone.
That's a lot of dust.
I can't.
I thought you had super fans.
I do. That's the suck and not the blow.
Eye contact.
Later. No. You can't later out on this one.
Damn it!
You can't later out because I have some real important shit to talk about.
All right, go for
All
it.
right,
go
no,
for it,
so
go for it.
all right. So I know we talked about Hurricane Irma, and all of us made it through okay, right?
Mhm.
So
Oh.
one of our close friends,
God damn it.
she, I guess we can talk about this. She's our local Nintendo rep.
Mhm.
You know, if you've like gone to any event in our area,
In northern
Florida.
or,
Yeah,
or even
northern
in the
central
United
Florida,
States,
yeah.
possibly in the United States, even like E3
Yeah, she's been
or
there.
whatever. She works a lot of Nintendo events.
I will also point out from the Super Nintendo era
right.
to now.
Right. So like her and I have talked about it, and I went to PowerFest '94, and she's like, "Yeah, I was there." So there's no way that like she didn't see me. Like, you know, even little Joey, hey, I love Mario. If she saw me there in 1994,
Were you dropped in the head?
maybe.
You just like Mario that much.
So anyway, so
Mario!
so during the hurricane, she was not in the direct path of the hurricane.
She wasn't even in a flood zone.
She does not live in a flood zone,
No.
but her house was flooded.
Those pictures
uh,
break my heart. every
Like
time I see
I'm
it.
like if you look at the pictures, like you're talking like
chest deep on me.
yeah, like
No, that was the
like,
first.
yeah, like if
There's
you
a
like,
second picture where it goes like the garage, like
yeah,
it's like
like
inches away.
imagine
from
the garage being full of water.
Jesus, man.
So, you know, and like, you know, a lot of people talk about, oh, like, oh man, she had like a bunch of Nintendo stuff in there, but we're not just talking about Nintendo stuff. That's
Talking
you know,
about family.
we're talking about
heirlooms.
like, yes,
We're talking
like
about
clothes,
the entire history of her
Right.
family's lineage. Like
right?
literally
Everything in
that
there,
is-
exactly. So, obviously, I'm going to throw up a link to her GoFundMe. Really important. They need. I think they were asking for initially like $10,000, and then
They bumped it up to 50.
they bumped it up to 50
because the
and
damages were well over
Yeah.
what they estimated.
and a lot of people are going to say,
The house is lost.
right, a lot of people are going to say, hey, this is why you have insurance and stuff like that. Well, you don't have flood insurance if you're not in a flood zone.
Right.
Yep.
It doesn't cover
if-
certain things, and it certainly
Right.
doesn't cover like your memory's gone. You know what I mean? Like all the things that are sentimental to her and her
Right.
family are gone, and like money's cool and everything, but they need help to
I'll
rebuild.
throw in the chat in case anyone looks for looks through the past chat, so it's in there.
I tried to tweet
Look.
Aaron about it, but since he's from Florida, I mean,
Yeah.
but he didn't reply. So.
It's
Maybe I'll attack the grumps.
GoFundMe Irma relief for family. I would go there and check it out because every little bit helps. I know you see people right now they're at 40,000.
Like even if you can't donate, like even if you could just share it out, like
even that helps. I will say this,
or if you know Sherry personally, she's taking in volunteers to help out, clean and stuff like that, because it's a nightmare over there from the pictures I've seen. one of the donations they got was it worries me because someone donated $25,000 and I was like, okay, I'm hopefully that's a real donation and not someone just trying to mean well and make sure they get the money or whatever. But a lot of them are $100, $50, $5, $10, $25. I have my time set aside to donate as well. It would just mean a lot to a family that that needs your help to get a donation. She's given so much that
especially for someone
she's not even asking for anything. This is a friend that set up the GoFundMe of hers. So
the only thing I've seen her ask for is if people have time to come by her.
She's
house.
an integral part of our gaming community, and she's just been an awesome friend overall. So I don't see why we wouldn't help her.
Right, exactly.
I plan on helping her too. I want to make the drive over there and help. I don't know. I don't know how to help. I really just money wise.
Yeah. So like I said,
I mean, you're doing what you can here. That's one of the things that I'm talking about. Raising the awareness. Even if you're in a situation where you're strapped, if you can just pass it along to somebody who has the means.
Signal boost.
Yeah.
Just signal boost the crap out of it.
That means everything to us and to her. So whatever you can do.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I mean?
You want to do $5? Do $5. Who cares? It helps in the long run.
So, like I said, it definitely is something that would think about.
$5 puts a cheeseburger in somebody's hands who's working there. So
they're gonna you gotta remember these are people who have to rebuild their entire house,
and she still has to work.
Right? Yeah, exactly. So
she
you gotta buy clothes, you got socks, underwear, towels, toothbrush, toothpaste, soap.
Everything that you have at home.
Anything you would put your eyes on, she has to rebuy. Forks, knives, spoons, glasses. I'm sure there's some things that are salvageable in there, but you don't.
A lot of it got washed away. A lot of it got destroyed by water pressure. You know, I mean, there's probably very little that's actually salvageable.
Right. So, like I said, I know we like to cut around. We like to cut jokes around here and mess around, but this is something really important.
No, we'll end a sombersome note, I guess.
Yeah. Well, no, you can still go on high five. I had the storm.
Nah, that's it. Moment's gone now, buddy.
I'll tell a blowjob joke.
All right, hit me.
No, I mean next time. No, we're gonna leave it. We're gonna cut this one sad.
All right. So obviously, if you can make a time out there to donate, go there and donate. If you don't have the money to donate, just pass along. Maybe some of your friends will. Put a positive note on it. Don't just share it out. Say, hey, look, this is a person who is important to the video game community. If you've enjoyed Nintendo products or we've
gone person. To Smash events where thousands of people showed up. If each one of you were able to donate $5 or pass the message along, that would get us a large portion of the way to the goal to put a family back, to not be displaced.
This is just a rep, but she'll text me saying, "Hey, are you working?" Not even come, but just to come see me.
Yeah,
she's not on my workload, and she'll come see me, say hi to me. She's an amazing person. I've never had that from a rep.
Yeah, she's
usually they're in and out. And
she's gotten Joey and I things that we weren't able to obtain because they were we had to pre-order a thing in Jacksonville and then it was only going to be released to the people who pre-ordered it in Jacksonville, and she happened to be there, and she picked up our pre-orders for us. Yeah, so. And then the next time she was in Gainesville, routed to us and got us the thing that we wanted. You know what I mean? Like,
no, I helped out. I helped
nobody else in the industry would do that for you.
Yeah, exactly.
So
there you go.
That's just, you know,
she's an amazing human.
All right, so I mean that's it. You know, it sucks to go out on a downer, but it is important to.
But that's how serious it is.
Yes, so. It's important to us, and it's important, you know, to if you know, especially if you're like us and you're fortunate that the storm passed over you, and you know everything is working out for you. You know, I know not everyone like. I just had to take my dog to the vet. That was $300. You know what I'm saying? But you know, maybe I'm gonna skip some Burger King this week. You know,
that ain't gonna happen.
I must leave that. And then Whopper's 2 for $6.
Damn, you hear this man? He just got shade all over Joey, and Joey's like, Whopper. He's like, Whopper's 2 for $6.
Right? Has anybody tried to talk about breakfast? That egg?
No, the egg thing. No,
I want to.
No, I did.
Really want to.
I have bought 2 Xbox. Boxes,
and
not
the Crave box. I bought one of those.
There's the gambling.
Yeah, I still didn't win.
Ooh, let's write the article about food shit like that. Coin it. That's it. We did it. Joe,
food.
Come on, her name, quick.
I can't. I've been trying to workshop a stupid Xbox box.
He has been, like, believe me, like so I talk to him all the time. And he's like, it's never going to be as good as PS4's meal.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I'm
run
boned.
For the PS4. There's nothing I can do. There's nothing that Xbox box ox. Stocks, I don't know. It's bad. It's just bad.
Tabaxo. Damn it! Doesn't work. We'll never be rich.
Taco Bell box is Taco Xbox X Taco Box Bell Ox X. Win one. $5. Give me. You know the worst part is it says $5 in the commercial. $5.99.
Yeah, not actually $5. Fuck you. Give me my fucking Xbox.
Give me that fucking code. Oh, the code's been used. Weird. Oh,
yeah, I know.
Weird.
No, the best thing was like my roommate was like, you know, you can never win these because the fucking employees just enter in all of them. And the person behind the counter was like, that's not true. And then he literally looked at her and was like, I wasn't talking to you.
It's not true. They put their phone back in their pocket.
I wasn't talking to you.
On an unrelated note, do you want to buy an Xbox One?
I have an Xbox One X.
That's not true. You can only enter one code a day. I only got one phone. I'm stupid.
I'm maxed out right now.
That's why I bought.
Fuck you.
Look at all these burners I bought.
God damn it. All right.
Yeah, that's what those burner phones are for. So I can enter an Xbox code.
You saw the guy who had the cops busting him because they're like he was working at.
Well, you got all these phones.
No. He worked at McDonald's, and like that was his gig. Is like, you know what I'm saying? They're like, let me get them green French fries, or they say or whatever his name is. Like
extra crispy. Yeah.
Totals 420. Pull on up.
Yeah, that's exactly it. They're like, it's Speedy working today, and they're like, hold on. Yeah, he's here. What you want? Let me get them green French fries, and then exactly 420 pulling up.
Let me get a nug. A chicken nug.
And so he was like, he was putting the drugs in a coffee cup and then like handing him the coffee cup. And like,
the dankest chicken nug.
Yeah, let me get that shamrock shake.
I don't trust Alf. He's holding the fucking mic like he's gonna drop it.
Alrighty.
Spaghetti. Later.
Oh, you're just rattling around.
That was a good one.
It was all right.